How you doing, everybody? I'm Nick DiVirgilio, and today's video is not about this beautiful Mapex Saturn kick drum or this beautiful Mapex Black Panther snare drum. It is about this beautiful Mapex Falcon series hardware. We do a lot of drum videos here at Sweetwater because our selection is becoming so large. But I've been thinking to myself lately that I have not been giving hardware enough love in the drum category. That's going to change today. We're talking about the Mapex Falcon series hardware. This is great hardware that's super sturdy, incredibly well built, definitely roadworthy, and has lots of really cool features. So let's get into all those details right now. First thing I want to talk about today is the Cymbal Boom Stand. Really cool, very sturdy boom stand. And the first thing I want to show you is the quick release here on top. There's an unlock symbol and a lock symbol. Make sure you push it to the unlock side. There you go. Squeeze the little thing in front, and the quick release comes right off. Now, when you do have it on, you can still twist it to tighten up the felt onto your cymbal, and then just lock it in place, and you're good to go. It's not going to come off. It's a very cool feature. And it really just makes it easier when you're done at the end of the night and you want to pack up your stuff. This just saves you some time. You can easily make this into a straight stand. Take the boom arm, loosen the wing nut, pull it out, and then the boom arm goes right down into the shafts of the cymbal stand. There you go. Loosen the lever here. Now the top goes all over the place. You can really get your cymbals to the exact position you want and they'll stay. This has a lot of leeway and a lot of play. Also, if for some reason you want to loosen the top up, there's a lug screw right here on the side, and you could take this whole piece off. Use the other side of the boom arm or whatever. There's a lot of options to set the cymbals wherever you want. Again, this cymbal stand is very sturdy. It's not too heavy compared to other heavy-duty cymbal stands. Nice rubber feet. It's not going to go anywhere, and they play well with other Mapex Falcon series boom stands, so you can put them together closely and have a lot of cymbals set up in your setup. Now let's move on to the Falcon Snare Stand. I really do like these a lot because there's a lot of adjustments and it's really easy to use. Again, you have a lever right here. You loosen it up, and you have a ball joint here where you can put your snare at any angle, incredibly flat, very angled, wherever you want. Tighten up the lever, and it doesn't move at all. Very nice snare drum basket. Tightens up to all kinds of different snare drum sizes, so you can have 10s, 12s, and obviously 14s and 15s if you have one. Very cool feature here is if you play a very low snare, sometimes you're limited to how wide the tripod base will go. But with this one, you have a separate feature with this wing nut right here. When you loosen it, also loosen this other one, the whole center shaft comes down like that. So you can get this stand as low as you need to. So you can play the snare drums way down between your knees if you want. The final thing I want to show you on this snare drum stand is on the feet here. These are also on the hi-hat stand feet as well. Sometimes your snare drum and your hi-hat stands creep forward when you play. You're rocking out so hard, everything's just kind of moving, especially if you don't have a good rug underneath your kit. Well, this helps that out a lot. Loosen up this knob, and there is a hook and a little pointy end that comes out. Just comes out a tiny bit at the bottom of the foot. Tighten her back down with the knob right there, and now this will really help your snare drum stay in place. Now let's talk about the hi-hat stand. First thing I want to show you is there's a quick release for the bottom of the top cymbal as well. Take your clutch off, and it works the exact same way as the one on the cymbal stand did. Just put it in the unlock position, squeeze, take it right off, and there you go. First thing I want to show you is the fact that you can play your hi-hat cymbals incredibly low if you want. Most of the time when you get a new hi-hat stand, the rods that they give you are very tall. So if you want to play, kind of call it Dave Grohl style, where you're hitting hi-hats way up here, it's very easy to do. But if you're a low player, especially if you play open-handed where your left hand is your lead, sometimes it's very nice to have the hi-hat cymbals very low, like almost level with the snare drum. Well, this hi-hat stand from Mapex, the Falcon series, gets very low if you want to. Loosen it up so your cymbals can be very low. Way down here if you want. Just a nice convenient feature to really get your setup just perfect for you. Next thing, we'll talk about the legs. Now, why am I talking about the legs? Well, first thing is that this is very easy to set up a double pedal with this hi-hat stand because you have only the 2 legs. That's convenient right there. But what if you play a double bass drum kit, right? Or if you'd like to put your hi-hat stand on a rack system. Well, a lot of the times with other hi-hat stands, you'll have to leave the legs on, twist them out of the way, which is usually fine. But with this Mapex Falcon series hi-hat stand, you could take the legs off. Just loosen the 2 wing nuts. One there, one just above the pedal. And voila. The hi-hat stand stays in place pretty good just like that too. But what a cool convenient feature that is. So no matter what style of kit you have, this hi-hat stand will get in just the right spot for you. To adjust the tension, you just twist this right here above the foot pedal. Loose or hard. It's very easy to do, so you get your feel just right. To raise or lower the foot plate, again, is very easy to do. There's a bolt on the back side of the pedal right here. You loosen that a couple of turns. Don't take it all the way off. You don't have to. Once you get it to the certain looseness, it'll come back down, and then there's teeth. You find the right spot for your foot plate, wherever you like it. And tighten her back up. Now, you do not have to hold the stand in your lap to do this. You can easily do this adjustment while it's on the floor and in place. And like I mentioned with the snare drum stand, on the hi-hat stand feet, you have those anti-creeper little pegs here as well. And one final touch for packing and transport of the hi-hat stand, they've come up with a really cool feature here. There's a lug bolt right here on the back. Just loosen it up. You don't have to take it all the way out. You can if you want. Then you pull the whole foot plate out. Very easily, like that. Before you do that, I want to show you there's a latch right here on the side that stays in place. This is what holds the foot plate up. And all you do to connect it to the latch is lift the plate up. The side of the foot plate has a little spot to latch onto. And there you have it. They've really thought of some cool, unique features to get the hi-hat stand in and out of its case, stay safe, scratch-free, and made to last a really long time. Now last, but by no means least, we're going to talk about the Falcon Series kick drum pedal. A great smooth feeling kick drum pedal with tons of features. Now I have the double pedal version down here. Before I get into all the details of the main pedal, which is the exact same as the single pedal version, let me show you what's going on here with the extension with this double pedal. You have a really nice extension arm that does not come apart. It goes as wide as it can go and then stays there, locks in place, which is really cool and a good feature when you're on gigs and you're putting your pedal together fast. You have a quick turnaround time between bands. Not having your extension arm come apart on both sides and having to kind of mess with it is just a convenient feature. So let me show you that. Quickly loosen up the bolts on top here. And you can widen up the kick drum pedal about that far. And see how it doesn't come apart? Again, I personally think that is a really cool feature. On the auxiliary pedal, it's very easy to adjust the foot plate height. There's a bolt just on the back side right here. Loosen it up. If you loosen it up a lot, it goes all the way down. See how loose it is there? Just get it to wherever you want. Tighten that bolt back up. And you're in business. Now I'm going to take off the auxiliary side, pull the pedal off, and show you all the features of the main pedal. All right, now this is the double pedal version, of course, because you see the 2 beaters. But again, the single pedal version has the exact same features, okay? So here, let's first talk about the spring and the spring adjustment. That's over here on the right side. The left side works exactly the same way. To adjust the spring tension, you have 2 knobs down here. The top one, you loosen to kind of get it out of the way. And the second one down, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. It's very easy to do, and you can easily do this while the pedal is attached to your kick drum. I just wanted to show you it in a clear setting like this. Get it to wherever you want. Now, you tighten back down the top one, set your spring tension in place, and it does not move from there. Really convenient. If for some reason you needed to change the spring or this whole assembly, all you do is loosen this lug bolt that's on top here, Same for the left side of the double pedal version. Loosen it up enough, and it just pulls right off. There you go. To adjust the height of the foot plate, just like I showed you with the auxiliary side, you would loosen this lug bolt right here. It would loosen the cam on the middle assembly part, and then you would just raise or lower your foot plate wherever you want and tighten her back up. The cam on this Falcon Series pedal is really smooth. I mean, you'll pull this pedal out of the box and probably not make one adjustment and it'll feel good right out of the box for sure. But you can also turn this pedal into a direct drive pedal or a strap drive pedal. Those two pieces are sold separately, but to attach them is super simple. There's a lug bolt right here on top of the chain. There's also one right under the edge of the foot plate up here at the very where your toes are. Take the chain right off, put the direct drive piece right on with the same two lug bolts or the strap, and you can have 3 different feeling pedals very easily. Next thing we're going to talk about is the beater on the Falcon Series kick drum pedal here. You have a felt side and a plastic side, so you can get 2 different tones there. But what really makes these beaters cool is you can adjust the weight of the head of the beater. You have little weights. There is a 10 gram that comes out of the box, already installed. You also get 2, well, this is the double pedal version, so you get this one, you would get 2 of the 20 gram weights. If you got the single pedal, you just get 1 extra of the 20 gram weights. Or you can take the weights out of there and have the beater just on its own. It's really light that way. In order to change the weight out on the beater, you get your Allen key that you get in the bag, stick it in the top of the beater, you'll feel it seat in, loosen it up all the way, and then you just slide out the weight. And that's what the 10 gram weights look like. The last couple things I want to show you is how the kick drum pedal attaches to the kick drum hoop. You could fit this pedal on any kick drum and it will definitely protect the kick drum hoop. The way the hoop goes in right here and stops before going all the way to the frame, it's just a cool feature to protect, like I said, protect your kick drum hoop. And finally, the bottom of the pedal has this nice rubber lining, so it won't slide out of the way anyway, but if you want to, there's these little plates that'll fit right in this area right here. You can also put Velcro strips on the top right here if you want, then your pedal will definitely not move at all anytime. There you have it, everybody. Mapex Falcon Series hardware, killer hardware that will stand up to any beating you're going to give it. The pedals feel great. The boom stands and the snare stands work perfectly. They don't move, they don't slide. They will add a nice touch to any drum kit you have and will last you a really long time. So if you would like any more information about these Mapex products or any other Mapex product, just contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. Thanks a lot for watching.